Hey everybody, what's up y'all? Welcome back to my channel, TammyTalks here. Love is Blind is back. Season 2 after the altar. We're gonna talk about it. I didn't know that it was 3 episodes. I thought it was just like gonna be like 1 hour long episode or something. Wasn't it just 1 hour last season? Maybe not. Nonetheless, if you're brand new to my channel, I do breakdowns on various TV shows, both scripted and reality, interjecting my own thoughts, opinions, and theories into each and every recap. So, if you enjoy that type of content, go ahead, subscribe to the channel. There is going to be a video for each part of the After the Altar. It'll be added to the playlist that I already have that has all the recaps from each and every episode that I recapped of Love is Blind on. All right? So, subscribe, thumbs up, go back, watch the old videos. Let's get into it. So, we're going to talk After the Altar. This is episode 12, Friends Who Adventure Together, Stay Together. So, off rip, everybody that I did not like during the season, still don't like. The people that I did like during the season, I still like. Just put that out there. So we start off with Kyle and Deepti. They are out grocery shopping. Oh, before I forget, Shake is not a part of the After the Altars. He put on his Instagram, I want to say like a month or so ago when this was announced, that they reached out to him. He didn't want to be a part of it. He has mixed feelings about the show, blah blah blah, whatever the case. We don't need Shake. I know a lot of y'all think that Shake was so real and honest. He was, but he was an ass about it. He was rude about it. So, nonetheless, Kyle and Deepti, they're out grocery shopping. They look like a couple, but they're not. So, apparently they're just really good friends, but they're very flirtatious with each other. She's giddy around him. They're sharing a coffee. And I think, isn't this during COVID, during the pandemic? Isn't this from like earlier? None. Oh, okay. All right. So then we have Shane and Shayna. So they're setting up this scene to make it seem as if they're together in a couple, and they're not. Shayna is cutting his hair. Shane said he's single. He's not dating right now at all. He's trying to get himself together. So he said that him and Natalie got re-engaged after the reunion. Then they broke up again, and then they got back together, and then they broke up again, and then they got back together. So they've been very on and off. And it's been very turbulent and just a mess, as we fully expected them to be. So he said that the last text message that she sent him was that she never wanted to see him or talk to him again. It's pretty strong. Pretty strong language. All right. So he said that it's kind of putting him into like a depression mode. He feels like he needs to just go somewhere and eat, pray, love. I said, okay. Shayna, however, has a boyfriend. She said the experience was hard for her. She caught a lot of flack because there were so many people that kind of called her out for kind of going between Kyle and Shane. That's not the reason people call. Well, it is. It is. But it was just like, you were so vindictive about it. I do not like Shayna. Nobody wants to see her squint. I don't care nothing about her relationship with her boyfriend or any of that type of shit. Miss me with Shayna. So then we get to Danielle and Nick. They're out playing mini golf. They say that marriage is great. Best part of marriage, according to Danielle, is that you can plan trips for, years in advance and know that that person is going to be there. Girl, divorce is a thing, and y'all are divorced now. You can plan a trip with a spouse for a month. In a month, and you don't know what's going to happen. Nonetheless, they are planning a like getaway reunion trip for everyone, and it's going to be like a little like surprise party, whatever, for Natalie's 30th anniversary. They made it very clear that they did not invite Shake. Nick said if Shake comes, he won't. And Nick's ass was messy, okay? Nick was the one that kind of built up, to me, the catalyst for a lot of the stuff that happened during the group trips, because Nick was sashay his ass over there and get right into it. Iyanna and Jarrette. So Jarrette said this is his first time ever living with a significant other. So there was a learning curve. He apparently likes things very particular. She leaves clothes in the bathroom on the floor, which I don't understand people that do that. On the floor in the bathroom? Like, what are you leaving there? Nonetheless, they leave clothes on the back. She leaves clothes on the bathroom and the floor. She leaves clothes on the floor in the bedroom. She was moving his toothbrush. He's very particular. She was saying how there's still a learning curve with him when it comes to being a husband. Coming in at respectable hours. She said he stays out until 7 a.m. in the morning. He was like, nah, it's like 4. Nigga, go home. That's too long to be out when you're married. That's ridiculous. Let's not play semantics. 7 a.m. is crazy. I don't think I've been out since 7 a.m. Sheesh. And it was definitely like a New Year's Eve, New Year Day situation. But I was definitely in my like early 20s. I wish I would stay out till 7. What are you doing? Ain't nothing open that late but legs. Nothing open that late but legs. That means that if you're a married man, you need to have your ass at the house. Inappropriate, Jarrette. So then we get a scene with Jarrette, Kyle, and Shane. So then we get the scene with Jarrette, Kyle, and Shane. So Jarrette is asking Shane if he wants to try on his wedding ring. I like Jarrette, but I feel like Jarrette might work my nerves. And Shane was like, no, that's depressing, dude. It's depressing dude. So Shane said he ended up going back to the pier. And that's that Iowa? I think that's Iowa. He went back to the pier, so he's lost some weight. He said because there's nothing to do there but work and work out. So the pier is in Wisconsin. I should know that. Because the pier is in Wisconsin. So he talks about how him and Natalie went kind of back and forth. Jarrette asked him, when are you going to get back out there? Shane said he's not going to be on no dating apps. And he said, I'm talking to y'all, the viewers. If you see my face on a dating app, it's a bot, it's not me. So he warned y'all. So any of y'all little girls that like Shane, if you think you're conversing with Shane on Tinder or any of these other dating apps, it ain't him. He told y'all. First, he told y'all very directly. So Kyle said that he isn't out dating either. He said that, he wants something to happen more organically. If it happens, it happens. If not, if not. And they was like, please, you've been talking to Deepti. So he said that there is a desire to date Deepti, but they're such good friends. They're so close with each other. He doesn't want to do anything to jeopardize their relationship, but the attraction is really there. He said they hang out about 3 to 4 times a week. Y'all are in a relationship. Y'all just don't know it. So Jarrette said that he, after they got married, he switched up right into husband mode where he's doing everything that he knows he needs to do. Couple weeks after that, he got back to his backsliding ways where he was going out 4 days a week. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I said, damn. That is so many days a week to be out. And I keep having to remember that I believe they're in their 20s, mid to late 20s. But sheesh. So he's going out. He said he struggles when it comes to partying. He's the one that's out and he has 1 or 2 drinks and then he just got to keep the party going. He doesn't know how to stop. So he said the marriage is hard. Yeah, because you're not at home working on it. It should be hard. Go home and work on. But see, and it's going to sound harsh, I don't feel bad for Ayana because he showed you exactly who he was and you still married this man. But they're now divorced too, so, So then we get Nick, Danielle, Shayna, and her boyfriend that are out together. Don't care nothing about how they got together or anything like that. From that scene, they were talking about spicy food. Nick claims that when he eats spicy food, he sweats. He said he had some spicy feta before he got married, and that's why he was sweating so much during the ceremony. I said, you a lie? You a lie. Why were you eating feta cheese before your wedding ceremony? You were sweating because you knew you shouldn't have married that. You shouldn't have married Danielle's crazy ass. That's why you were sweating. They kind of sort of somewhat invite Shayna to the weekend, but then it was very backhanded because it was like, yeah, but if you don't come if you're going to feel uncomfortable. Don't come. And it's like, y'all don't want her to come. Just say it. Y'all don't want her to come. And I feel like she should have picked up on that energy and she should not come. You were awful to Natalie. Even though I don't like Natalie, you were awful to Natalie. You were very, very inappropriate with Natalie's fiance at that time. Stay exactly where the fuck you are. So then we get a scene with Deepti and Kyle. They're on FaceTime. And they're, flirting again, whatever. Their chemistry is like crazy. They're flirting or whatever about what they're going to wear. Kyle says in his confessional that they have the front of a relationship without having the actual relationship. He's very, very worried about them crossing that line and him losing his friend in the interim. He said, but they're not doing sleepovers. They're not staying over each other's houses and all this other stuff. You're lying. You are lying. I will not believe that. I won't believe that. So then we get Natalie and Iyanna. Is it Iyanna? Natalie and Iyanna. They're sitting at a bar waiting for the other ladies to come. And Natalie is talking about how her and Shane rekindled their relationship for a few months, but she realized it's very unhealthy. It's always been unhealthy. And it wasn't just him, it was you too. But she said they had a very, very unhealthy relationship. She said he lied. He destroyed her trust. He doesn't respect her, all this other type of stuff. Again, he kind of showed you who he was and what he was about before this. So I don't even know why you would turn around and try to go back to him after that. That was very, very odd. So Iyanna said that they're having troubles themselves. I guess her and Natalie talk a lot and they converse about different things. She said that Jarrette is very immature. She said that he doesn't have the skill that most adults have, that after having one or two drinks, let me stop and go home. So she said that it's an overindulgence problem. I said, that's what it seemed like, because he said it as well. So she said it's an overindulgence problem. She wants him, and she doesn't want to tell him to stop going out because that's him. That's what he wants to do. But it's kind of like if you have a problem with that and that is a hindrance to your marriage, then you absolutely totally need to sit down and have a conversation with him. I need you to keep your black ass at home, because when you go out, you get too carried away to the point where you get drunk or you get too drunk and then you're out all night and you're coming home in a disrespectful hour. But she doesn't want to do that. She wants him to learn to control himself, which he is an adult. He should be able to. So then she reveals that she done packed up and moved out. I said, damn. Well, all right. So I guess the divorce announcement wasn't a shock to the rest of the ladies then. Okay. So Mallory, Deepti, and Danielle come in, and Iyanna doesn't want to tell them about it just yet. So Mallory, who I don't care what y'all say, Mallory was one of my faves. Mallory didn't do nothing wrong. I don't think Mallory did anything wrong. But nonetheless, Mallory says she's single. She said the pods have made her be more direct when dating. Mallory seemed off this entire first episode to me. Something's wrong. Maybe she's nervous about, being back in. Maybe she saw the flack that she got on the internet or whatever. I don't know. But she seemed very, very almost disheveled, to say the least. So Iyanna asked to taste deep tea drink. And I said, ain't it COVID? Ain't it COVID right now? When was this filmed? But I saw a lot of drink sharing and cup swapping. And I'm like, aren't we in a pandemic? Nonetheless, Deepti talks about her and Kyle, how much fun they're having. She said that they are just exclusive friends. And then they throw some shade at Shake. Now, if Shake's not going to be there, let's not sit and talk about him and throw shade at him either, because he's not there to defend himself. Y'all don't went y'all separate ways. Don't do that the entire time, Deepti. Let's not. So Mallory said that she went to therapy and she's been working out. She has seen Sal a few times in group outings, and you can tell Mallory has lost some weight. She said when they see each other out, they're cordial. But that's about it. I said, I put in my notes, she seemed off. She seems nervous, she's very anxious. She said the breakup was hard because when you invest a lot of time with somebody and you think that you're gonna marry that person, it's just very difficult. And then she like breaks down. So maybe Mallory likes Sal a lot more than we realized, or maybe she thought that they were going to truly work on them, work on the relationship after, the wedding. Like I thought they agreed to do that, and maybe she's very kind of broken up that didn't happen. So they're talking about the trip, and they say Shake is not coming and Shane is not going to come. So Natalie said that Shane and Shayna were messaging each other when her and Shane started dating again. She said that while Shayna was with her boyfriend, they were exchanging flirty messages while on Instagram. And that's ultimately why they are no longer together. She saw some of those messages in his phone. So she said that Shane, before the reunion, Shayna was texting him saying that Natalie's a liar and a manipulator, and wanted him to attack her at the reunion and like go at her. Now I guess that am I forgetting something? Because I mean this did come on top of the year. Did I miss something? Was there a true reason that Shayna didn't like Natalie, or was it just because she got Shane and Shane picked her over picking Shayna? Like, if y'all can remember the issue with that, somebody please let me know, because I honestly don't remember. So she called Shane a habitual liar, which we saw Shayna lying numerous times. She said it was Shane posted a story. Shayna responded to the Instagram story with something very sexual and inappropriate. And they would ultimately talk about how life would be if the two of them had gotten together. And that's disrespectful to their partners, which it is. Shane said it was just a mistake. And it's like, boy, bye. Because everything was just a mistake and all this other stuff with him. Bye. So we get on the vacation trip. They're in this like huge Airbnb type looking house. It looks really, really nice. Everyone's coming in. And Yana said in the confessional that she thinks it's probably confusing for people to see that they have issues. No, it's not. We expected them. We fully expected the issues. So then Sal shows up with his girlfriend, and Mallory looked depleted. Mallory looked shook. Here's my thing. I feel like when they have these groups, these reunions like this, there is no need for you to bring a partner that is not a part of the show. Because to me, it's like you just want to throw salt at that person. You know what I mean? Like, Sal, why are you bringing this girl? This is a reunion, like a cast reunion. Like, why are you bringing your date? And I get it. He should be able to bring his date, blah, blah, blah. But it's almost like Sal wanted to do that to kind of rub it in Mallory's face. I've moved on. This is it. Like, she seemed visibly like, fuck. And she even said that, like, she was awkward. She was nervous. She wanted to go, like, retreat and hide. It was a lot for her. Hell, it would have been a lot for me. I'd have had an attitude. Let me know how you guys felt about this episode here. I'll go watch the other two probably when I get off work, and then I will come back and we can talk about it down below. Catch you guys in the next one.